I'm Wendy Stubbs. I'm an Associate Professor at Monash University in Melbourne, Australia. My research seeks to understand how business can more holistically address its environmental, social and economic responsibilities. My PhD research developed what I referred to back in 2005, a sustainability business model. And this research has been recognised as pioneering in the field of business models for sustainability. My current research continues to explore sustainable business models, such as B Corps and other purpose-driven businesses. And also I'm investigating the purpose ecosystem with colleagues, which is an example of a private governance mechanism to help transform business. So sustainable to me means a business model that integrates sustainability, particularly environmental and social aspects, into the core business. These considerations aren't add-ons to what is perceived as core business. Sustainability is actually central to the business model. Evidence-based to me is empirical evidence. My research is grounded in field work, working with those organisations who are implementing sustainable business models to gather empirical evidence. So I'm an empirical researcher. I'm not so great at the conceptual type work. Rather than conceptual, drawing upon the literature for evidence. That's just my preference. Impactful, quite simply, to me, means that research has the potential to change the world in some small way. The Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs, cover the important sustainability issues, the wicked issues or grand societal challenges, as some refer to them. So these wicked issues identified way before the SDGs were formalised. We've been discussing these issues for many, many years, decades. My research has always explored the social and environmental issues underlying the SDGs. But more recently, I've explored with Fred Dowman from Warwick University the role of these purpose ecosystems as these private governance mechanisms to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. So these new governance models, they acknowledge the environmental planetary boundaries and more effectively seek to address broader social, ecological issues, concerns. The purpose ecosystem actually consists of a growing number of what we call intermediary organisations who are seeking to promote wider systems change by driving and supporting the creation of purpose-driven businesses to address sustainability issues. And the example of those is B Corps, social enterprises, and so on. And to quote one of the purpose ecosystem actors we interviewed a couple of years ago, they said, sustainable purpose has to either tackle the global challenges addressed by the SDGs or benefit society in a way that supports the social and environmental system it relies upon. And that's a pretty good encapsulation of purpose-driven business. I think the NBN community, new business model community, can work very closely with the business community. Two-way sharing of knowledge between people who are out there doing it and people like us researching it. Facilitating some workshops with business to share with them and learn from them how to implement sustainable business models. The challenges, what worked, what didn't, the innovations they're using. And so drawing on our research and their experience, that co-creation of knowledge, I think that's, a good way to sort of accelerate practical implementation of the body of knowledge and the research that we do. Well, it depends on your definition of business model. There's a lot of definitions of business models out there. There's a lot of definitions of sustainable business models or sustainability-driven business models or business models for sustainability. But business models respond to needs of the business community, customers, consumers, and society in general. If we, meaning society, don't agree with how business is doing business, then a new model will emerge to address this. Or if there's a better way to do business, a new model will emerge, or models, a number of new models will emerge to address those issues. And those businesses that don't adopt these new business models will end up going out of business. They won't be competitive anymore. They won't be responding to the needs of society. So society is increasingly demanding companies to be more sustainable and responsible for addressing their environmental and social issues. And that's part of the role of researchers, to explicate these new models, to make sense of, the new practices and new models emerging and what works and what doesn't. Yep, it'd be great to attend the NBM conference. I think it's a wonderful forum for researchers and practitioners to come together, meet each other, share their understanding of old, new and emerging business models. So yes, it's a great forum to bring people who are around the world researching this, often in isolation, to be able to have that exchange of knowledge and so on. So yes, it's a great conference. Thank you.